Actor Allu Arjun has been arrested in connection with tragic stampede outside Sandhya Theatre in Hyderabad during the premiere of his film Pushpa 2 The Rule. The stampede led to the death of a woman named Revati and left several people injured. Now, Allu Arjun, who was at the theatre to promote his film, was charged under Section 118 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Now, this section particularly deals with cases where someone intentionally causes harm to another person using dangerous actions. The actor's legal team has since moved the Telangana High Court seeking to quash the FIR against him. In response to the incident, Allu Arjun announced a financial contribution of 25 lakh rupees to the deceased woman's family. Sandhya Theatre management has also requested police protection both on 4th and 5th of December. Despite this, the actor's arrest has sparked debate on whether he should be held accountable for crowd mismanagement, as reports suggest that stampede occurred when his security staff attempted to control an overcrowded theatre. Now, while the actor's supporters argue that the blame should not solely rest on him, many point to the lack of proper planning and crowd control measures at the venue. Was it Allu Arjun's responsibility to manage the crowd? Or should the theatre management and event organizers share the blame for this unfortunate incident? My colleague Vajula joining us live. Vaji, it looks like Allu Arjun's legal team has now moved Telangana High Court seeking for quashing of those charges.
Well, yes, that is the option that Allu Arjun's team has. One is either ask for an interim bail, the other is for a stay in this entire matter. So those are the two things that they will be pursuing because the case against them is strong. The police is also pushing for at least 14-day custody with regards to the incident that happened at the Sandhya Theatre. Now, this entire stampede that took place on the 4th of December is believed to be the main reason for the death of Jyoti, who lost her life. Justice Sri Devi will be hearing the matter anytime now as we speak, because the matter is now in front of the court, and that is where it will be decided whether he will be given bail or whether will be a stay in this matter, or this is most likely, if it continues like this, then the actor will be taken into custody by the police. So it is most weighted right now at 4 o'clock as we speak. The courtroom hearing is also happening. He's just finished his medical from the Osmania Medical College, and he's been brought to the court right now. So we will have to wait and watch on how the proceeding goes forward. But if we go back to the incident on the 4th of December, it was very unfortunate what happened there. Thousands of people had gathered at Sandhya Theatre on the eve or on the night before the release, because there was a special screening and everybody wanted to be there. Like the FIR mentioned, that around 9:10 they were inside, and then the actor and his team came in. A lot of people from the theatre were picked up and pushed outside of the theatre. In that commotion, Jyoti, her husband Bhaskar, and a child was also there. In that commotion, she slipped, fell, and the stampede took over her. His son is grievously injured now and is in the hospital. And Bhaskar has filed this complaint, and he has named Sandhya Theatre as one of the accused, the management by one of the accused, actor, producer, and his team as the other people who are also part of this entire complaint now.
All right. And so far what we know is Allu Arjun has arrived in the court. He has undergone medical examination at the Gandhi Hospital. And after he was cleared of that medical examination, Vaji, we are now given to understand that he is appearing in the court in person. Now, obviously the incident raises a lot of questions, Vajula, but I think a lot of viewers would try and ascertain what was the role of the actor in the stampede per se. So Allu Arjun went to the premiere of his own film. The management, it appears, could not really manage the crowd. The theatre management could not manage the crowd. That resulted in unfortunate death of a woman. So I think the law will now have to decide, where does the blame squarely lie?
Well, yes, this is the tricky part of it. What is the role of the actor in this entire matter? You and I can have a discussion over it, but what is his actual role can only be corroborated by the police if they have any evidences to place that, and not the judge decide. But if we talk on the face of it, The actor, like you mentioned, was there for the screening of his own film. But it is also the incumbent on the entire theatre, the management of the Sandhya group, because in South India, films of big stars have thousands and thousands of people. So it becomes very much important for the theatre owners and for the organizing committee to make sure that all the adequate arrangements are done, to make sure that exit points and entry points are big enough so that there is no stampede. They should make sure that all the security arrangements. In this case, Sandhya had also written to the police asking for uh, some assistance from their side. Whether that was given or not, we'll have to wait and watch, and we'll get to know that when the court proceeding begins. But on the other hand,
Vajay,
the
stay with
actor also
us.
coming.
Stay with us. Sai Sekhar, senior journalist, also joining us on the show. Sai, I think, a point of discussion in this entire issue is that obviously, unfortunately, a woman has died as a result of what we now know to be mismanagement of crowd at Sandhya Theatre. While on one hand, police is really trying to ascertain who's responsible, whether it's the actor or it's the management, prima facie, it does look like an actor goes on to promote his own film, which he's entitled to, and in the process of which there is a huge crowd that gathers. There's a stampede that he could not have controlled any which way, and he becomes inadvertently a part of an unfortunate event. And today he's actually facing, the law. We don't know whether the law is going to favor him or not, but a very unfortunate series of instances there.
Yeah, correct. Because the actor per se, I don't think he has any responsibility directly whatsoever. Because I was told he's also informed the police of the area where this theater is city located, and he informed the police about his arrival and watching of the movie, and for that the police were required to make a security arrangement. But then, as the actor went, the person who died is a big fan of Allu Arjun, and the family participated, jostling towards the actor, and then the unfortunate incident of stampede occurred, and she was crushed there, and she died, which is very unfortunate. And as a response to that, Allu Arjun has announced a compensation of 25 lakh rupees. Not that 25 lakh rupees would assuage the hurt feelings of the family, but then he has done his bit. And on the contrary, interestingly, there was an attempt to murder case registered against a senior actor, Mohan Babu, who attacked the TV9 reporter following a family dispute which came onto the roads, and his son has invited the media to that place, and Mohan Babu, in his rage, he has attacked the TV9 reporter, preventing him from discharging his primary duty, not only as a reporter but also as a video journalist. His cheekbone was fractured. So I would like to say,
yes,
there is a contrast. Allu Arjun, nobody complained, and Allu Arjun has been booked under severe sections, and Mohan Babu is still outside, and there is not much of an action on that front. I am surprised, and I think this is the systemic flaw which needs to be rectified by the officials and also the lawmakers of the state.
All right. And at this point in time, Sai, would it be fair to say, I think it was a collective failure on part of the theatre management, on part of the police, to really deploy enough and more number of people? Because we all know of Allu Arjun to be an extremely famous personality, and somebody who really attracts the crowd. But he's not responsible for managing that crowd. That is the responsibility of the law enforcement agencies.
I am one with you in this argument. Allu Arjun personally cannot be held responsible for the surging of the crowds. They should have brought in a small-time side actor to watch the movie and made Allu Arjun watch the movie at some other premises. But then how can he be held responsible? I don't understand. The damage done to the family, the loss occurred to the family is irreparable, and that needs to be addressed in a different way. But theatre management has to make arrangements, and it is the area police who have been informed about it. So they need to, unfortunately, in these incidents, police are never made a party, either as an accused or a witness or whatever. Police also have a responsibility, boss, in their jurisdiction it is happening, and they can't provide necessary security to prevent a stampede, which is easily anticipatable. Anybody can think that, expect it. We can easily expect that if Allu Arjun is coming, naturally there will be milling crowds. So I don't understand this logic behind his arrest, and I'm very doubtful how the courts would react, first of all, because, we
Vajula on
actually
that.
don't know.
Let's
As
get
your
an
reporter,
update. Right,
as
let's
your
get an
report,
update from Vajula on that. Vaji, we are now given to understand that Allu Arjun is in the court. What happens next? Has the court proceedings started?
Well, yes, the court proceeding has started. The court has asked accused number 1, 2, 3 that why have they been arrested, and this is going on as we speak. But the options that Allu Arjun has as we speak is one is to ask for interim bail, the other is to put a stay on this entire matter that has been pushed by the husband of Revati, who lost his wife. He had filed a complaint against Allu Arjun and the management of Sandhya Theatre, saying that it is because of their inadequate facilities and because of the lack of the arrangements that were done there. This has happened. Therefore, what we see right now is that the court proceeding is going on as we speak. Niranjan Reddy is representing Allu Arjun in the court. He's one of a prominent advocate in Andhra. Apart from that, the other accused who are there, who are a part of his team, have also been arrested, and they have also moved for their regular bail, is what we've been told. But the matter is being heard as we speak, Shweta, and the details that will come out will be startling, because Allu Arjun is somebody who has just earned 1,000 crores out of his movies. It's just been 6 days of a very successful run for his Pushpa 2 movie, and just at the onset of it, there is this case that comes up knocking at his door, putting it as making him uncomfortable with the fact that whether he should celebrate the victory of his film or worry about the arrest that has happened. Now, from what we understand is the two
And if
options
there,
that he
if there
has
is to be a
are the
price of
only way.
success, Vaji, it looks like he's paying it right now, attracting, crowd in masses, and as a result of which that unfortunate incident where an individual, a woman, was murdered, was killed rather, in the stampede situation at the Sandhya Theatre. Allu Arjun currently appearing in the court. He has been arrested. He is, of course, his lawyer and his team is currently arguing for all those charges to be dropped against him. Sai Shekhar, thank you very much for taking time out for joining us on that story. We are, of course, tracking all those details emerging from court right now. But Allu Arjun's arrest has also drawn all-round criticism. BRS leader K.T. Ramarao has also severely criticized the arrest, called it the pinnacle of insecurity of the rulers. Now, KTR tweeted that he totally empathized with the victims of the stampede and asked who failed really. He wrote that treating Allu Arjun as a common criminal is uncalled for, especially for something he is not directly responsible. There is always space for respect and dignity in conduct, and he strongly condemns the high-handed behavior of the government. Going by the logic, perverse logic, Revant Reddy should be arrested for causing the death of two innocent people who died in Hyderabad because of the fear psychosis caused by Hydra. And of course, politics now that has kicked off as a result of Allu Arjun's arrest. We'll be tracking all of those details very, very closely, but shifting focus now.
I feel जो safety protocols है वो हर चीज एक एक्टर सिर्फ अपने ऊपर नहीं ले सकता है. We can tell people around us, जैसे कि हम लोग अभी मैं इसी की बात कर सकता हूँ. सिनेपोलिस ने बहुत अच्छा प्रबंध किया है यहाँ पे, and we are grateful to them on that. And जो हादसा हुआ है वो बहुत दर्दनाक है. Very sorry, send my condolences. But at the same time, I think जो आप blame है सिर्फ एक इंसान पे नहीं डाल सकते.
The Karnataka High Court has granted bail to actor Darshan in connection with Renukaswamy murder case. The bail comes at a time when Darshan is already out of jail after he was granted an interim bail by the High Court on medical grounds. All accused in the murder case, including Darshan, his partner Pavitra Gowda, have been granted bail and will be walking out of jail after 6 months. Now, during the hearing of the bail plea, the special public prosecutor had opposed the bail plea, saying that there was a strong prima facie case against Darshan and contended that Renukaswamy had been deceitfully brought from Chitradurga to Bengaluru and hence it cannot be treated as a case of simple assault. It shall be recalled that Renukaswamy, a native of Chitradurga, was allegedly kidnapped and murdered in Bengaluru on 8th of June this year. Darshan had been arrested by the Bengaluru police on 11th of June and was named as accused number 2 in the charge sheet. Darshan's fans are celebrating outside the hospital in which Darshan is currently admitted for a surgery. On the other hand, the family of victim Renukaswamy has said that they have full faith in judicial system and justice will prevail and the accused will be punished eventually.
ಕೊಲೆ ಅಪರಾಧಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬೇಲಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ತಮ್ಮ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಏನಂತ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಟಿ ವಿ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಪೂರ್ಣವಾದ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇದೆ. ತಾತ್ಕಾಲಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬೇಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಅಂತಿಮವಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಪೂರ್ಣ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇದೆ.
A total of 7 petitioners who were before the Honorable High Court of Karnataka seeking regular bail. They've all been granted bail. Their petitions came to be allowed a while ago, and the grounds on which the bail applications are being appreciated are that, see, there is a grave delay in recording the statement of eyewitnesses. That had led to grave suspicion, and secondly, the tower locations. Okay, in the tower location, the very presence of some of the accused was not forthcoming, and thirdly, the technical evidences which the prosecution relied upon, such as the DNA matching of the blood samples of the accused with that of the blood stains found on the cloths of the accused and other alleged weapons as well. And in connection to the same, there were a lot of doubts which could have arose, for the very reason being the number of injuries when looked at. Although there are serious injuries, none of those injuries were contusions.
And for more on that story, my colleague Vajula joining us live. Vaji, Karnataka High Court granting bail to actor Darshan will not go down very well with people who are looking for Darshan to really stay behind bars, for the fact that there's a very strong charge sheet and the allegations against him and his partner are very, very serious.
Yes, Shraddha. Firstly, this is a big relief for Darshan because all this while he was enjoying the medical interim bail. But now this bail is a regular bail, and this gives him the access to move around, speak to people. But that also has a caveat, because as of now they have not got the court orders in their hand. The lawyers are still to receive their court orders. And by 6 o'clock, if the orders do not come, then he might have to continue to spend 2 more days, because Saturday and Sunday is a holiday. So for all you know, he might just walk out of the jail only by Monday. But if we look into the details of this case, and like Ranganath Reddy, one of the lawyers of the other accused, mentioned that because of the lack of evidences, because of the lack of collaboration between the evidence and the witness statement could not be done by the police, and that has become one of the reasons for the judge to grant bail to the actor. Because in the arguments we had seen how the lawyers of Darshan had clearly tried to punch holes in every argument of or every statement of the police when it came to CCTV footage. When it comes to the mobile tower location, they said that at the time of his death, that the mobile tower location of the actor was not present there. After washing the clothes, if they are able to find the bloodstains of this thing, is something that it baffled them. And they also spoke about how the entire kidnapping sequence of Darshan has nothing, the Renukaswamy had nothing to do with Darshan. So all these things put together was something on which the court has now granted bail to actor, and he'll be walking out after 7 days. And as we speak, fans have thronged to the hospital the hope that they would be able to see Darshan. But from what we know is, as of 6 o'clock, if they do not have the documents, they will not be able to pursue his release today. Then it might take 2 more days, and Monday will be the day he might come out.
If 6 o'clock is the deadline by which if the lawyers don't really receive that order, Darshan may have to likely stay in the jail for the coming weekend, and he'll only be out by Monday. Vaji, thank you very much for those details. But shifting focus now, 3 days after actor Mohan Babu brutally assaulted and broke 3 facial bones of TV9 reporter Ranjith, he has now apologized to him. The actor claimed that he was only trying to protect himself from antisocial elements when the media got inadvertently intertwined in the situation. But will an apology suffice for the murderous assault on the reporter? Should the actor not be arrested for the attack? After all, an attempt to murder charge has already been added to the case filed against Mohan Babu over the attack. All right, on your screens right now, where actor Mohan Babu attacked the TV9 reporter, which resulted in injury and breaking of at least 3 facial bones of TV9 reporter Ranjith. This while TV9 reporter was really trying to understand the family feud that Mohan Babu is currently in and currently with his sons. Remember, he's a part of a larger family feud. We're trying to cover that story when he ended up attacking one of our reporters there on the ground, and scenes of course on your screens of that incident where the TV9 reporter was attacked and broke 3 of his facial bones.
The way he has acted, pretended before hitting them with the mic to the reporter, he smartly came with a namaskar, and again he pulled the mic and he hit it in the presence of police itself, if you really look into the visuals. And it is nothing but a hidden agenda what he is intended to do, which is got executed. Later, after getting 2 days consideration from the respective police and the court, he is smartly addressing the press, citing very clearly, writing a letter that my intentions and my contentions. When your intentions and contentions are not in straight line, why the hell you have done this? And it needs to be today. Police rushed to Allu Arjun's house. Instead of that, they would have rushed to Mohan Babu's house, and if they would have arrested him, things would have been pacified. There is no mercy for this gentleman, and he has not even bothered to give respect to the society. First of all, if you really go into the history of what sort of assaults he has been done in the total career as far as the film industry is concerned. Other than that, he just behaves like a anti-social element along with his family. And he'll never give proper code of conduct in the society, and he takes things as granted, and all these days he's been considered with a lot of excuses. That's why he's doing like this.